Random Castle and trying to stay
trouble
out.
Turn 3, Mike, sorry. Cars around everywhere.
3, 4 against the wall and sliding down to the inside. Ragan's in it. Kasey Kahne, Marcus Ambrose, Trevor Bayne, and Brad Keselowski. And a whole lot of dreams just went up in the fence in turn 3. Second caution of the day comes out at lap 90. Kasey Kahne aflame. And not going to get back to pit road with that one, perhaps. No, it looks like he'll make it. At least get to a fire extinguisher with it.
I think that's what he's looking for, a safety crew. There's Trevor.
Trevor going to climb out.
David Ragan.
And let's watch from Trevor Bayne. As Kasey Kahne climbs out, he's okay. And Keselowski may have been bumped by his teammate.
Boy, it sure looked like it.
Think back to that first caution, it was Kurt Busch that got into Landon Castle as well. Boy, Marcus Ambrose in that 9 probably wondered what in the world, where did he come from?
Boy, a bunch of them are wondering that right now.
And he got hit twice. Or Reagan got hit.
Yeah, the 6 did
there.
See the 2 going up the guy, he just clipped him.
And here's David Ragan. Just getting pounded. So at least 5 cars involved. There's Keselowski up and into Ambrose after a hit from Kurt Busch. David Ragan.
Ragan's car is, I mean, it's already on fire. I guess that's from hitting somebody and breaking the oil cooler or something.
Trevor Bayne down on the apron, but Ragan comes down and collects him.
This is where I think Kasey Kahne in the 4 gets in trouble right here.
Keselowski's blue deuce.
Brad Keselowski, the winner here from 2 years ago.
And there are the cars involved, most of which I believe will not return to the racetrack, and all of whom we expected might figure in the outcome of today's race.
And you just never know. I mean, things have been pretty calm. I mean, the guys have been racing using good manners, taking care of each other.
But we've had 2 crashes, 2 big cautions, and the common denominator has been the 22 of Kurt Busch.
You see them down on the, here they come right back here. And it looks like that the 22 car of Kurt just got into the left rear of the 2 and turned him.
And then watch, here comes the 4, Kasey Kahne. He's trying to get away, and down slides Ragan right into his path.
He didn't even know he was there. He couldn't see him for the smoke. I know we can, but you can't when you're out there in the car. But I don't know where all that fire came from out of that.
Yeah, he had not been hit yet.
It didn't look like he'd hit anything yet. That's weird.
Kasey Kahne.
Mike, you talked about all 5 of these guys could be players. All 5 of these drivers had led this race at one point or another during the day.
David Ragan, after we see the initial contact here with the 22 of Kurt Busch into Brad Keselowski, up and into Marcus Ambrose. But David Ragan's car was aflame despite no contact until he tried to swerve and got into Trevor Bayne.
It almost had to be blowing up. I mean, the engine must have been like perfect storm. Krista.
We'll investigate further. Thanks, Daryl. Krista.
Trevor Bayne watching, find out exactly what happened. What you saw, does that match what you think you saw when you were out there?
I missed the beginning of that, but really what I saw, I was on Greg Biffle's channel at the time, and I saw the 6 car blowing up in front of us. I saw fire coming out from underneath it, so I key up. I'm like, they're blowing up, they're blowing up. Greg did a good job getting off the back of me, but at the same time, somehow the 2 car got hooked at like the same exact time. So as he's getting hooked, I just went to the bottom, got on the apron, and then somebody came and caught us in the right rear. I didn't see yet who it was, but somebody got us in the right rear, and it was was a hard hit. You know, we came from the apron all the way across into the wall, but, you know, I was pumped about our day with a good Sam Club Ford. I mean, we led some laps. Greg led some laps. We just worked with him all day, so it's kind of weird that we didn't have any other dancing partners, but, you know, I thought we were fast. Thought we were going to have a good car at the end, but I knew we had to make it to the end, and we didn't get to do that, but really pumped about how good this 21 crew did get this car together.
I'm glad you're okay. Thanks, Trevor.
Thanks, Krista. David Ragan also released from the care center. You see him in the background. As listen to David Ragan's engine as he goes down the backstretch.
I think you're just about halfway down the back straightaway. You start to hear a little clicking sound, a little change in the sound of the engine. And Trevor Bayne said he saw it blowing up. So how ironic the engine would blow heading into a wreck.
Now, back down to the care center, Krista.
Well, Mike, speaking of a date being over, we had documented that Carl Edwards had a vibration. Matt Kenseth had also talked about a vibration. Trevor Bayne mentioned that he saw your car blowing up before the incident happened with the 2 and the 22. Is that true?
Yeah, I didn't know that someone was blowing up. I felt like someone was blowing up around us, and I kind of looked around. Our gauges looked good, and our car was still running. And so there's obviously someone wrecking, you know, right around us where the 2 car got wrecked, and I don't know exactly who clipped us. But unfortunate for our UPS team. Our UPS Ford was fast. You know, it's just a product of this racing. Felt like we had an opportunity to win the race, and just kind of cruising around. So we'll look into it. And, you know, thank you to everybody back at the shop.
Thanks, David. Definitely had an opportunity. A very fast race car today. Dick Berggren.
Brett Keselowski won here 2 years ago, but in the garage with a bent-up race car. What was it like inside that car?
Well, yeah, it's a wild ride, but it's just part of this race, and I'm not exactly sure everything that happened there, but just a big pack in front of us, and they checked up, and I was trying to slow down, and we just didn't slow down at the same rate, and you know, that just loads everything up and turned me. I just kind of lost the rear tires off the ground. That'll happen every time, but just part of this race, and you really can't blame anyone. And just that's Talladega, but you know, our Miller Lite car was fast, drove it up to the front, and had both of our Dodgers with Kurt and I leading, and just trying to be there at the end, and didn't get the opportunity to do that. But that's just Talladega racing, and you know, you win some, lose some.
Keselowski had a good day going.